Hey everyone, it is Thursday, January 21st, 2016. This is Talk to Me Tuesday number 214. Sorry, no video last week. We have not had a whole lot of cooperation from Mother Nature as far as lighting goes this past week. The one day that we did get some cooperation, yours truly actually sat down to relax for a few minutes and fell asleep. So it is what it is. We had a really chilly start to this past week. Or to this week. It's been frigid with the wind chills out there, gusts up to 40 to 50 miles per hour. Yeah, I can deal with the cold. It's when that wind gets going, it goes right through you. So it is what it is. It's winter, it's to be expected, and I'm sure we'll all survive. So a couple updates on things I was hoping to share with you. One, my mosaic pixel that I was working on. I really need to find a way to better stabilize the piece before I feel comfortable holding it up to show you the completed piece, because I don't want to take any chances of something falling out and possibly breaking. So I'm going to be looking for either a piece of cardboard or a piece of thicker foam that I can put behind it for now, just to stabilize it, to be able to show it to you until I can get a piece of glass cut for it. So hopefully next week I'll have something rigged to stabilize it enough to share it. I did show a sock that I was working on 2 weeks ago. I believe I showed it, or I mentioned it. The sock is currently on hold because there was an update to the pattern, and I now have to go through what I've written down and compare it to the updated pattern, because I did find one mistake when I was working on it before I knew there was an update, and that was they were short one stitch, one purl stitch in each section. So yeah, kind of put that on the back burner right now because I really don't feel like having to go through all that at the moment. But I will eventually and get back to working on it. Hopefully, like I said, it is a more difficult pattern, so putting it on hold at this point in time is really no big deal. The only other thing to mention is I was hoping to have a video slideshow put together of things that were gifted as well as things that were received for Christmas. I'm going to have to talk to my one son about maybe getting some pictures for me, because my schedule and my kids' schedule doesn't really work out. And like I said, the lighting hasn't been all that great lately to get pictures with either. So, and his phone takes pretty neat pictures, so I'll try and get him to do the pictures for me so he can Facebook them to me, and I can get that done, so maybe you can see that next week. Other than that, that's it on anything I have to mention. So let's get into what I have to share. First up, I made myself a new pair of fingerless gloves. These are actually called reading mitts, and that is the name of the pattern. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. I will try and remember to put a link in the description. If I forget, just go in, search reading mitts, and it's the first one that shows up. So, but here they are. These are made out of 100% merino. I do not remember the name of the colorway, but it is from the Knitology package I got from Knit Crate. So really neat, really cool. I love it. There's browns and golds and creams and gray in there. So really, really neat. Love the way they came out. They're soft, they're warm, and I've been enjoying using them because with the way it's been, as cold as it's been, they've come in quite handy. So project number 1. Next up, this pattern is from a page that came up on my Facebook. It's called Crazy Patterns. It does have some free patterns. It does have some pay for patterns, but the pay for patterns are actually a really good price. And this I decided I had to buy, and it's for these little tiny turtles. Look. This is actually supposed to be smaller than this. It's supposed to be done, I believe, in a size 10 crochet thread. I actually used a size 3. So really, really cute, tiny little turtle, and his face is just done with a little puff paint. But they work up really quickly. It would have been better if I had a more appropriate size hook, but I did use a really small hook for this guy, so it was a really tight stitch. And then I took some worsted weight yarn and a size C hook and some scraps and made this little turtle. So The feet and tail are actually, my camera's gone dark. The feet and tail are actually supposed to match the head, but I ran out of that color yarn, so. But there are my two tiny turtles. So, and I will be doing one out of crochet thread so you can get an idea of the actual size of these little turtles. The last thing I have to share with you is a pair of socks that I cast on for last night when I was at work. It was a real quick scramble to get things together, but I was looking on the Arnie and Carlos website, and I clicked on free patterns, which took me to another website because they actually have colorways that they've come up with for yarn that they do through, not really sure what the site is, I don't remember, but it's Regia yarn. Unfortunately, I don't have any other yarn. I did have some Regia, but one of the free patterns I saw was for this really neat pair of socks. It's called Socks and Lace. Really neat pattern. I love it. I love to do it in their yarn. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't have any. If I did have some Regia, it isn't the same. It's called Design Line, which is the same as theirs. This one is just done by a different designer. And I'm not going to butcher this person's name. First name is Anka. Couldn't tell you the last name. But these are the colors. It's absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous colors. They're a bit more muted than they're showing up here. But yeah, absolutely love them. And this is just the beginning of the sock. And I love it because the ribbing has a pattern to it. It's not just a 2x2 or 1x1 rib. So really, really neat. Love the way it's coming out so far. And this didn't take me any time at all to get that far. And I'm actually doing them on my Haya 9-inch circulars, and I went up at a quarter of a size. It says 2.5 millimeter. I went to 2.75. So there it is. Because I do have 2.5s, but I couldn't find them in the quick hurry. So. And that's all right, because I like the little bit of extra room that it'll give me, because I do have a wider foot in the front. So, but there they are. Hopefully next week you will see a completed pattern. And in case you are not quite familiar with who Arnie and Carlos are, I actually have one thing to share with you I got for Christmas. It's the 55 Christmas balls to knit. This is Arnie and Carlos. I believe in that order. Nope. This is Carlos. This is Arnie. And I only know that because they actually have videos on YouTube that I was watching. So that's how I know who's who here. But this is the designer, I believe, of that sock pattern. And just in case she's not aware, which I'm pretty sure she is, Miss Erin Give Me Yarn 418. If you go on their webpage, they actually have another book that you can download from their website that is 24 mini knitted Christmas balls. So I would love to do all 55 of these and do those 24 as well, and maybe next year just do one tree that has nothing but their knitted Christmas balls on it, which means a trip to the store to specifically buy yarn just for the knitted Christmas balls. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, really cool book. Excellent guys. They've got a lot of really nice patterns. So go check them out. But yeah, that was just in case you weren't aware who they were. So now you know. Other than that, the only other things I want to mention is Miss Offen-Jen has two projects going on. One on Fandom and Stitches and one on Sew Hooked. If you're at all interested in paper piecing and stitching, the one on Fandom and Stitches is called I Want to Believe. It is a stitching, paper piecing project that is based around the X-Files. So if you're interested and you like the X-Files, go check that out. Or even know someone who is. Definitely go check it out. And she also has one going on Sew Hooked called My Favorite Things, which I believe is going to be the same. A bit of paper piecing and a bit of stitching as well, but don't quote me on that. If I'm wrong, she can go ahead and kick me. I don't mind. But I have been checking them out to see what patterns are coming out. Unfortunately, yours truly cannot take part. We cannot print out any patterns at all, or print out anything at all right now, or even scan anything, or anything to do with a printer at this point in time, because my daughter's little fur baby decided that he wanted to take a bite of something, and it just happened to be a bite of the power cord to her printer. So thankfully it wasn't plugged in at the time, but yeah, I don't think he knew what he was doing because he's just a baby. But anyone who knows bunny rabbits knows that bunny rabbits are famous for going after power cords. So we try and keep them all out the way. He actually did kind of do a little bite to an Ethernet cable, which really screwed up my son's cable for a night. So, or internet, I should say. So it is what it is. They're fast little buggers, and all it takes is one little nibble, and that's it. And I will have to get some video of him because he has gotten a bit bigger, and he is a rambunctious little bugger, and he's just absolutely fantastic. I don't have my co-host with me today either because I am not wearing her sweatshirt. She has one in particular, and next time I do my video, I will point out the reason why it's her sweatshirt. So, rather interesting when you see that. Anyway, that's enough rambling that I've done. Definitely go check out the 2 activities going on between Sew Hooked and Fandom and Stitches if you're at all interested. And I'm sure Miss Oph and Jen would love it if you would join in. Other than that, I am hoping by next week to get all caught up on videos, commenting, the whole 9 yards. With any luck, I am off this weekend, so if I can't get it all done tomorrow, maybe I can snatch some time over the weekend to get it done, so that next week I will be up to speed with the videos, but we'll see. So anyway, that being said, rambled enough. I will say I do look forward to watching everyone's videos. I hope you all have a wonderfully crafty week and a wonderfully crafty weekend. As for me, I'm out. I will get this edited and uploaded either this morning or do half this morning and just upload it to YouTube this evening. We'll see. Depends on how I feel and depends on what time it is, because I do have to get some sleep since I have work tonight. And as for you, it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, whatever it is. I really do hope it's a great one, and I will see you all next week, hopefully, Mother Nature permitting, on time. So, other than that, until then, bye!